That's the mentioning part.
That's a good one.
That's the mentioning scenario.
That's the mentioning. Okay, we'll start with item 1.
My lord, I am appearing on behalf of the petitioner wife, my lord. My lord, there are 3 cases pending at Delhi, and I am requesting that the divorce petition filed by the husband may be transferred to the Dwarka court, my lord.
Want it to be transferred from Ghaziabad.
My lord,
Ghaziabad to Dwarka.
my lord, the husband is appearing in all the 3 matters, and all the 3 cases are
In
for the evidence stage, and he is appearing regularly, and he is not paying maintenance. My mother is 73 years old, my lord. She is a widow. She is a ill lady. Nobody is in family to look after.
The only thing which he has said in the counter,
My lord.
is that the divorce proceeding was of 2013.
My lord, the...
One second.
Oh, I'm sorry, my lord.
Evidence was recorded and closed in 2021, and thereafter you filed this petition in 2022.
No, my lord, evidence. It is at evidence. No evidence has been.
His evidence is recorded.
Evidence has been closed, my lord. Not has been closed, my lord. Evidence has not been closed, and he is appearing in all the 3 matters at evidence stage.
His evidence has been completely recorded.
Yes. So, my lord, so far as my evidence, let it be transferred to the Delhi court. Nobody is in family. My mother is 73 plus, and she is a widow. Nobody, no family, and I am not getting even a penny. And he is a businessman, my lord.
Be recorded in a day.
My lord, he is appearing in all the 3 cases, and he is not paying even the maintenance. And I am more than 9 lakhs rupees are pending. He is not paying even.
How much is the maintenance?
Maintenance is 20,000 per month, and it is duly being paid every month, my lords. My lords, after my evidence was closed, the counsel was appearing on the behalf of the petitioner. Every witness has been cross-examined. Only after the petitioner got the last opportunity of leading the evidence, they filed this petition. Now it has been stalled. My lords, the petitioner even today lives in Ghaziabad.
My lord,
that is a surprise. And
my lord, I am not living. I am living. I have already mentioned. I have given affidavit. My mother is. My lord, he is not paying. My lord, the local council is here. He is appearing in the. Kindly, my lord, let him.
All right. One person will argue.
I am just requesting the honorable court. So far as this maintenance petition, execution petition has been filed, he is not paying anything. He is paying. There is an order of 50,000 to make the payment of it. He is not paying. 9 lakhs. My mother is ill. I am not able to move out of house only, my lord. My lord, I am requesting, my lord,
Right,
great respect, my lord.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you. Dismissed case. This is from Ranchi to Bilaspur.
There was already an agreement between the
There was a settlement agreement between the parties.
Lordship, that was there between the 2 parties. I had paid the checks also. She later tried to encash it, but she did not fulfill her part.
Why didn't you, if you have both, one second, if you have both agreed to a divorce by mutual consent subject to some monetary payment, why don't you resolve it here? You will fight for the next 5 years. Otherwise.
That was under coercion. One petition filed by me for restitution of conjugal rights is pending at Bilaspur, and that he has filed.
settled. What is the coercion in this? How long have you been staying apart?
This is 2 years only.
Why don't you both agree to it? Because if you're not going together, you'll spend the next 5 years, both of you must be young.
Lordship
Spend the next 5
referred
years
matter
only
to
fighting
the
litigation.
mediation. Lordship referred matter to the mediation, but mediation unfortunately failed. Let they have an attempt there at Bilaspur, and there may be some solution way out.
Why don't you both talk to each other here right now? Why send them now first to Bilaspur? If you can both settle the matter, how much was the alimony which was agreed?
Lordship, 10 lakh rupees. I gave her the checks also. And then we tried to settle it with them. I gave the check. She tried to encash the 3rd check, which was of 5 lakh rupees, which I stopped the payment because she did not encash the first 2 checks of 1 lakh rupees, 4 lakh rupees. And there was a terms of the agreement to go for the mutual consent divorce. She didn't file that. They are living separately. And only after I have filed this divorce petition, she is filing for the restitution and maintenance.
Let them be.
And they are nobody is living in Bilaspur, Lordship.
place over here. at the
Yes,
mediation
Lordship,
center here.
Lordship referred matter to mediation.
Where did the settlement take place?
Lordship, that was the incident when they went to take her belongings. That time they threatened her that
Lordship.
if you will not,
Very
if you will
The
not sign
settlement
the.
was that the divorce by mutual consent application will be filed at Jashpur, no, in Chhattisgarh.
Lordship,
Lordship.
that was under the coercion, those signs were made,
Also,
those.
We'll not, we'll not interfere.
We'll get a little more litigation fatigue, then we'll come in.
We'll leave it,
Lordship.
dismissed it.
Lordship, in fact, my prayer is for under 142 relying on Shilpa Sailesh's judgment,
But we
Lordship.
can't do it in a transfer petition filed by her unless
But
parties were.
now, section 9 petition is in Bilaspur and divorce petition would be in Ranchi. There will be a
Some
Join
conflict
the
between.
litigation for some time till you realize the futility of it.
It'll get settled.
Permit me to appear through virtual by VC.
Permitted to appear through virtual.
Great.
Here, there's no counter. In item number 3, there is no counter, right?
I'm seeking 1 week time, my lord.
It's from Bangalore to Anantapur.
That's right.
My lord, I have received some document which indicates that she is living in Bangalore itself. So that needs to be placed on record, my lord.
Permit me, because I am for the petitioner.
Yes.
Because this is a transfer from Bangalore to Anantapur. At the very outset, because when your lordship said if you notice, I had made a submission that I wish to have this matter settled because I have a 4-year-old daughter. I'm requesting if your lordship may refer it to
You
mediation.
can send it to mediation for the.
My lord, I have received the instruction if it is, mediation can happen in Bangalore itself. There is mediation.
We'll do it here.
Bangalore.
If it is both the parties, my lord, she is in, as per her case, she is living in Andhra
Are
Pradesh.
you in Bangalore? He says that.
Because I'm making a statement, I have said so on affidavit.
Can you have mediation in Bangalore?
It will be convenient for both of them, my lord.
This is a good center.
Therefore, I feel, because it is better if, because your lordship are referring to the mediation center in the Supreme Court, because it's better equipped to
Take it to
handle.
the Supreme Court mediation,
Serious.
they initially connect virtually, so that
That's
you
it.
can.
Taken care of
We'll
virtually.
take it, to explore the possibility of mediation, mediated settlement before the mediation center of this court. Initially, parties are permitted to appear through the video conferencing platform, subject to such further directions as may be issued by the mediator. List, we'll keep it in the first week of February, so there's enough time for the party.
Okay.
I'm great.
Please, your lordship.
He has refused to accept service. This is from Bangalore to Bhubaneswar. Allow questions. This is to be allowed.
I love life.
This is again from Bangalore to Anantapur, and service is complete here.
Lord, I'm appearing for the,
You are appearing for the respondent?
Lordship, since last 6 months, petition is pending here.
We'll allow the petition.
Lord, the distance is that 200 kilometers.
But that is,
He has reason
that- that is-
unemployed. He has,
That's all.
It's only
There is
for-
anything
Easy,
transfer,
yeah.
We'll allow the petition, yes. Allow for it.
would my lord consider giving it to the mediation, Lord?
You do the mediation before the,
Bangalore, not Bangalore.
in
in
Anantapur,
Anantapur, you can do the mediation before the transferee court. Yeah. 6
Lord, I may be permitted to appear to VC.
VC appearance.
Now they appear for the
From-
petitioner wife from
from
Ranaghat in West
Ranaghat
Bengal
to
to
Faridabad.
Faridabad, Haryana. Correct.
The respondent has been served. He said he wanted to appear through video conferencing. Is he online today? He initially filed a petition in Faridabad, then
Correct.
filed a second petition before
Correct,
the court in
Absolutely.
Ranaghat.
After he shifted there.
So the office report indicates that the respondent desires to appear through the video conferencing platform. List on, keep it in the week of the reopening. The registry shall inform the respondent that he is permitted to appear through the video conferencing platform.
Grateful.
Please, my lords.
This is a divorce petition filed by the wife of which you want the transfer, right?
My lords, the respondent is appearing. We haven't filed the counter yet. But the way-
Notice was issued.
And neither party resides in Nagpur according
Yes,
to
my
you.
lords. The maternal uncle, mama of the girl, because he's an advocate. He resides in Nagpur, so that is why the divorce petition is filed in Nagpur. She is staying in Patna. And in fact, there's a
Here's a transcript
Yes.
where she said to you,
And she wants to pursue M.
The entire family stays in Nagpur.
She has gone to Patna for some banking course, which she is going to complete in the month of January.
So what's the
In fact,
point?
the ground B
Who
itself.
stays in Nagpur? Except for the mama.
Mama.
Mama plus the mother and sisters.
No, mother is in Saran, Bihar.
How long have you been married?
As far as
Let her.
2019.
How long have you been married?
2019.
2019 and we separated in 2022.
It's a legal aid matter because the entire
Can't
family
you,
is being financially
can you not
supported
settle
by
it?
the maternal uncle.
Either live together or don't live together. If you don't live together, go through a mutual.
The possibility of mediation once, my lords. Mediation hasn't happened.
Are
You
you-
can try for that.
You're appearing through legal aid.
No, but
Well,
I am.
Wife of
Probably
his
appear.
legal aid.
Then ask them to explore the possibility. Appear at the in Supreme Court Mediation Center
Please,
and try and see if you can resolve it mutually.
We'll
And
try.
we'll say that since you are appearing
I'll
through the
advise
legal
the,
aid, so she may
yes.
appear through the video conferencing.
Let the proceedings
Since
be
it's-
stayed
marriage is not
meanwhile,
that-
my lords.
it's a
The
legal
divorce
issue.
proceedings
We'll
are.
stay the proceedings. in
I'm
the
so
meantime.
obliged, my lords.
During the respondent has appeared
Please.
through counsel engaged by the Legal Services Committee of the Supreme Court. Parties should, in our view, make an effort to resolve their disputes through mediation. Full stop. They shall accordingly appear before the mediation center of this court on a date they do on the reopening.
Since she's availed the services of the legal services committee, she is not having that money, Mullah, to travel from
So
Patna
we'll
to.
say through
Video conferencing.
If the
Video
husband can bear
conferencing
the
platform.
expenses, Mullah,
Video conferencing
video
platform.
conferencing.
We'll appear through video conference.
The respondent is permitted initially to appear through the video conferencing platform. Thereafter, if it becomes necessary for her to travel to Delhi for appearance in the mediation proceedings, necessary arrangements may be made by the Legal Services Committee.
I'm so deeply obliged.
Yes,
My lords, I wish my lords Justice Call a very happy retirement life, my lords. It's an honor to appear before my lords.
Item 8. This is a criminal case instituted by the petitioner herself, and she wants a transfer from Rohini to Kopargaon in Ahmednagar.
I am appearing on behalf of respondent number 1 and 2. My Vakatnama might not be on record yet because I just received it yesterday. I'm just taking some time to file a counter.
Then a counsel for the respondent seeks a short adjournment to file a counter. List on, place it in the second week of January.
Lords, may I pray for the status of what is happening? The proceedings are going on in Rohini court and there is no stay. In the meanwhile,
It's a short date, so by then.
Keeping it, we keep it
he
in
has
the
to
first
travel
week.
from Kopargaon to Delhi.
Keep it in the first week itself.
First, obliged,
Please.
grateful.
Item 9, Mullah.
I have a 2-year-old daughter, Milord, that is currently unemployed.
Lord, and item 9, may I pray for list after vacation, Milord, because I could not have filed my counter.
Petitioner has moved to Patna and she stays with the family. Respondent is a lawyer.
Yes, Milord.
Both are the lawyer, Milord.
Milord is right, currently unemployed. Milord.
Sometime
I have a 2-year-old
Both
daughter.
try to explore the possibility
Yes,
of a
we
mediation.
already tried that, Milord, in Delhi High Court, because what the girl
In the
family wants
Supreme
is
Court,
to-
your lordship may direct.
My
order
friend would
mediation.
permit me to speak, Milord. What we tried, my friend only explored the option before the Delhi High Court. We said that we wanted to stay together. He's not ready for that. He only wants to give some amount of money and do away with it. Milord, a 2-year-old daughter, Milord, if at all, if I want Milord, him to accompany me, that option he doesn't want to explore altogether. So
That
in
was
those circumstances,
pre-litigation
Milord,
petition.
we want to continue. Milord, if he wants to litigate, Milord, I have no other option but to, and I filed my
I don't want to
matter
litigate.
and the 125 prior in point
The
of time.
problem will be if both of you can't get along, both of you are educated. You feel you want to live together, he doesn't, court can't compel you to live together.
Quite follow, Milord.
I'm ready for the
requesting
mediation in the
transfer of the
Supreme
matter,
Court.
which is already.
2-year-old child, why don't you?
I'm ready for the mediation in the Supreme Court, Center, Milord.
We have explored this, the parties have explored this personally also and before the Delhi High Court.
Explore the possibility of living together, or you only want to divorce?
Milord, whatever may be the mediator will decide,
indicated
because
Milord,
mediations shall always be open-ended. That whatever the mediation
Try make
facility.
one effort for mediation.
Yes,
So
we-
they're both young, they're both
Yes,
lawyers.
Milord.
Milord, because
Both are the lawyers,
there was a
they are
letter
practicing
on the
lawyer.
previous
Milord.
date itself also, Milord. Unfortunately, Mr. Singh was appearing, Milord.
We can't compel you to mediate, but if otherwise, let him file his counter. He's supposed to file a
If
counter.
Milord pleases, Milord, but otherwise, Milord, I'm a mother of 2, Milord. I am currently not gainfully employed, and he's admittedly working with Jyoti Sagar Miloj, so he can easily travel to Patna to for the.
No, but we
Galas
just,
are
let him file his.
Very well.
example. In the meantime, you also seek instructions, whether you are ready to go to mediation. You could have sent it to mediation right now. Make one effort. How will it go against you if you make an effort to mediate?
No,
only
cut
4
that
weeks' time
in his
some
letter
cases
also
can
he
be
said this.
closed.
We said this in open court last occasion also. He had nothing to say to that fact that whether he would want to stay together. My friend may not be instructed on that part, but I've been in this matter for longer, Miloj, and we've explored this option. We were before the Delhi High Court at least 5 occasions. The same thing happened. And then meanwhile, these matters have continued, Miloj. He's also
File his counter and we'll keep in the second week of January then.
very well. So there's a stay order already continued. That order will continue. Obliged.
This is a complaint, next, item 10. This is a complaint case filed by R1.
I am for the petitioner one.
Item 10, I've received instructions to enter my wakalatnama and file counter affidavit, my lords.
Counter in 3 weeks and then place it in the second week of January.
Grateful, my lords.
Mr. Attorney General.
I find it very difficult to gather my words today. But we have two important value additions to the bar. The youngest one, I hear as if he's saying that, dear Justice Kaul, don't leave this court till I graduate and become a member of this bar. I think I hear that way. Tall Justice Kaul in more than one sense. And the tall he has added to the beauty of this court, and tall he will be remembered forever. Third thing I wanted to say, the full court is here. And it's, what else can I say profoundly beyond the sentiments of all the members of the bar here who want to convey something very, very sweet and very closer to all of us. I would certainly like to reserve my larger part of my contributions or just call in the evening. But one final statement. The Kashmir judgment marks constitutional jurisprudence in more than one sense. And this Kaul's expression that there should be a truth reconciliation. I think it marks a watershed in the way the court can articulate a profound thought about the healing touch which is required. I'm sure that came to you not only because he belongs to that part of the country with a long lineage of his family over a period of time. I think he correctly captured the essence of that time. And that brought him to the very important observation. And I'm sure that observation will go a very, very long way and catch the hearts of the people of Kashmir and the rest of the country to ensure that truth reconciliation is the only way to bring about peace in the crisis between times of our country. I'm really thankful to this call for making that observation. The others will carry forward.
Mr. Solicitor General.
My Lord, I'm thankful, my lords. I share the sentiments expressed by the learned Attorney General. My Lord, your Lordship's pleasing personality and always wearing a smile on the face even while dismissing the petition would always be remembered, my Lord. Your Lordships have always been favorite. My Lord, the strength which is my Lord, present in the Supreme Court number 1 today is, my Lord, a testimony. My Lord, I'm too young to, my Lord, give any advice, but there is one suggestion to your Lordships. Please pass as much time as possible with your grandchildren, which you must not have passed, because we really feel guilty after the grandchildren grow up. Now your Lordships have that opportunity. Lord, your Lordships are leaving this court, but not leaving us. My Lords would be in Delhi, and my Lord, we would keep on troubling, my Lord, that right we reserve. Lord, maybe in a different capacity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lord, I wish your Lordships a very healthy and satisfying, my Lord, third life, my Lord. Third career, my Lord, to say.
I fully endorse the views of our Honorable Learned Attorney General, and I have observed Lordship when Lordship was a lawyer, a senior advocate, judge of Delhi High Court, and as Chief Justice of Madras High Court and here. Always very bold, but with smiling face. but less than the Chief Justice. But always we will remember and we will always we seek the guidance of Honorable Justice Kaul. Thank you.
Mr. Patijoshi?
Lordship's Justice Call. In fact, from the day I came to the bar in 1986, since then I've been watching. Sir, you have contributed a lot to make the judiciary a better place, a richer place in infrastructure-wise. The mediation in 2008, it started in Delhi, was all because of you. In fact, that's the concept you gave it to the judiciary. We'll remember that you're leaving this place as a richer. I think with utmost satisfaction, you must be debuting the office today. Wish you all the best, and I'm sure we'll be meeting every now and then in Delhi.
Manoj Mishra?
My Lord, we share the same sentiment expressed by learned senior counsels, my Lord. My Lord was advocate on record of this association, my Lord. And whenever, whether a junior, senior, or any members of the bar had occasions to appear before my Lord has treated in the same way. So on behalf of Advocate on Record Association, my Lord, I share my best wishes, good health, and prosperous retirement life, my Lord. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Salve?
I've had the privilege of knowing Mr. Justice Kaul as a colleague, appearing together, appearing against each other. Then before him in the Delhi High Court, and then this court. Two things we always took away, three things we always took away. One was it was always a learning experience working with him. The second was a sense of joy and camaraderie. And the third, my Lord, the Chief Justice will empathize with this. We used to have pan after lunch, which for people even from our part of the world is extremely important. My Lord, it is always a moment of joy and sadness when somebody reaches the stage where you want to change careers from a sitting judge to other pastures. And your Lordship has had great achievements, great judgments, great moments. But my Lord, I must say the greatest achievement of your Lordship is today in this court on the other side. And I think that is what you must revel in the most of that. Our my Lord, compliments from the bar, our good wishes will always be with you, and they will be with you in a manner that you're not going to be left alone. With that, my Lord, I give you the tributes and compliments of the bar.
Mr. Vaidyanathan?
We have been in the bar and we've seen my lords on the bench. They're very pleasant memories. My lord's judicial tenure has been marked by a result-oriented approach and an acute understanding of commercial realities and business common sense. And my lord's conviction on importance of independent judiciary in a vibrant democracy has been seen very often. That my lords have demonstrated judicial and administrative leadership in Delhi, Punjab, Madras, and this Honorable Court, in filling up vacancies, in dealing firmly with unflinching stand against strikes by the lawyers. And I don't know whether it is because of that or in spite of that, my lords are very popular with the bar, as can be seen. No, my lords is very much at home in Madras and Tamil Nadu. But I think the high watermark in my lord's judicial career, I believe, is in trying to send a message to the High Court and the district judiciary about the importance of liberty and bail, not jail being the right, and to reduce the under trial population. And I wish this message percolates down even after my lord lays down the office. And our best wishes, my lord.
Mr. Nagamoto?
Lord Honorable Chief Justice, Lord Honorable Justice
Kaul and other honorable judges. But here I am standing to represent the people of Tamil Nadu, which is the second home for your lordship. But I had a rare opportunity of having been a judge in Madras High Court when your lordship was our leader. But I can declare here that the Madras High Court is well disciplined today. It is all because of the action taken by your lordship when your lordship was the chief justice. So the people of Tamil Nadu will ever remember your lordship for bringing the glory of the Madras High Court. As when your lordship was the chief justice, I had the occasion to work and also to sit with your lordship. But it is my rare privilege to appear before your lordship, here before this honorable court. I can only say that your lordship will ever be remembered by the people of Tamil Nadu and people like us for the yeoman service done to the people of Tamil Nadu. Lord, I pray to God Almighty for giving your lordship a very long and happy life. Thank you.
I wish Mr. Nagamuthu had spoken in Tamil.
Mr. Rodgi?
May I just say a word? Firstly, not even children are crying. After your lordship's departure. And the popularity of a judge is also known only from the bar, not from the colleagues of the judge. You actually see the multitude here. We've had long association with Justice Kaul from the High Court. And in fact, in my case, I can say probably, I don't know if the others will have, we are from the same school. So their association goes a very long way. And I wish his lordship a very great future and a prosperous second inning now. Because this inning is not as prosperous in other terms as it is. I wish the rest of them.
I'll take Lord's grandchild has not expressed a sentiment which your lordship has wanted to express many times. Lord, I'll speak in Kashmiri. Lord, Jawalaji, dinotoi sehat, taraqi, to lesiu faliu, tuh's wife, tuh's bache, grandchildren, temrujan hamesh khosh. We welcome Truth and Reconciliation Commission. That's a great thing. We wish you all good.
Please translate in English.
Oh, Lord, may my Lord Justice Kaul be happy, prosperous with his wife, with children, with grandchildren, and he have a very successful life.
Lordship, why Master Abir is crying just because you're not to go from this court? My good wishes for you, Lordship, for your health and for new journey. On behalf of the Supreme Court Bar Association, Secretary, please.
Meenakshi,
It's with sadness, but with great fondness that we do this send off. We're going to remember you for being fiercely independent, always having a pleasant demeanor, and yet being firm while protecting rights and issues which were close to your heart. And I think we'll remember you a lot for those. Thank you so much, Justice Kaul. I wish you a wonderful inning for the future.
Mr. Raju?
I endorse what Meenakshi has said about my Lord. It was always pleasant to appear before my Lords. Sometimes I was on the other end, but even when I was on the other side, on the wrong side, but the justice was dispensed with. I'm grateful for all the orders that my lords have passed, especially for the downtrodden in one matter, that is Hira Gold, where my lords were concerned about the small investors and took a lot of pains to see that the money is due to small investors are repaid. Not only the legal fraternity, but the small investors will also, the lords feel sad that my lords are getting office, but my lords have tried level best to protect their interest. Secondly, as far as balancing between the rights of investigating agencies and, my lord, the accused, my lords have laid down a historic judgment in Satyendra Antil's case, which is being followed, and it will be followed for ages. And my lords will be remembered every time the judgment is cited. I wish my lords a happy, healthy, prosperous, retired life. Lord, I wish all the best, my lords. I'm grateful.
Mr. Singh?
We're going to miss you on the bench, but we welcome you back to the family you belong to here on this side.
Dr. Singhvi?
Yes, we will all miss you, my lord. Two very quick things. We've seen you from the High Court days, and what I admire very much is your attempt to make the case happen on the day you fix it. You carefully look at the date and then give it and try and make it happen on that day, be heard. Secondly, you are an example of how good a transfer policy can be. The amount of warmth and overwhelming support you have from so many high courts. We have seen that, and I think that's a very positive side of the transfer policy. We wish you well, and we hope to see much more of you this side.
Just two sentences. The amount of rush would indicate that any judge who is a relief-giving judge is always popular at the bar. And Lordship approach has always been pragmatic. And Lordship have branded me a juvenile lawyer because of Lordship courtesy declaring me a juvenile justice. Justice declared me a remission lawyer. Lordship declared me a juvenile lawyer. It's all because of equitable and pragmatic approach. We really miss as a judgeship as a law.
Guruswami?
Justice Kaul, thank you for your service to the law, both as a judge and from the bar. You will be remembered, your legacy will be not just your many majority judgments, which have secured freedom in this country, but your minority judgments, which were acts of principle. What I take away, Justice Kaul, from you is that there was tremendous legal acumen, independence, a steely determination, and this wonderful appearance of benign sort of humility, which made all of us lawyers feel so comfortable. You will be dearly missed, Justice Kaul, but I think if there's anything I've learned from the morning, I think you'll be on your toes, because the youngest member of the Kaul family stole the show today, made a successful appearance in this court, and we hope to see much more. We wish you a wonderful next journey with your family. Mrs. Kaul, thank you and your children, thank you for sharing Justice Kaul with us, and we hope that you will remain with the law, Justice Kaul. Maybe a book, maybe from this side, teaching. I think there's much to offer. Thank you for your service, Judge.
Dr. Mr.
With the Lordships, it's a great pleasure to be here, my Lord. I had the good fortune to appear before Justice Kaul when I was as a lawyer in the Delhi High Court, and I would say somebody said it's a relief-oriented judge. On all cases, His Lordship has been pleased to grant me relief. And my Lord, I wish Your Lordship all the best, and I look forward a great support from Your Lordship for our reform movement as somebody representing the non-designated senior lawyers. Because all class 65, I consider to be senior lawyers. And I certainly expect, I will be certainly approaching Justice Kaul for support for many of the reforms. I greatly oblige.
Mr. Tripathi?
I've had a long and extraordinary association with His Lordship from my college days. And I'll only end by saying what the great Khudai Sukhan Mir had said. That couplet applies entirely to His Lordship. Mat sahel hame jano, फिरता है फलक बरसों, तब खाक के पर्दे से इंसान निकलता है. Thank you.
Mr. Ahmadi?
I'll be very pleased. You'll be sorely missed by the bar. I remember as a the junior lawyer, I often came to you for guidance in the Delhi High Court. I've seen you as a lawyer there before you were designated, then as a senior, then as a judge, and now as a judge here. We wish you all the best, and you will be sorely missed.
I think somebody, Yuga, you wanted to say something?
Just one word. Your Lordship has always been fair and lovely. And in addition to the jurisprudence given to all the courts, you've also been very contributing towards the mediation, and we are grateful for that. Thank you so much.
My Lord, I had occasion and opportunity to appear before Your Lordships since 2004 in Delhi High Court. In many matters, it was a very pleasant functioning of the court. In view of the fact that I came from Bombay High Court, even Delhi High Court was it was like a home, and I was very much, my Lord, pleased. Your Lordship's functioning was excellent, which gave encourage to junior lawyers. And now also, my Lord, your contribution to, my Lord, departing justice, Your Lordships have kept a stepping stone in this judicial history. I, my Lord,
wish that your lordship will have a very pleasant, happy and prosperous subsequent tenure. I'm thanking.
My Lord has written that judges do not cry in that epilogue in Kashmir judgment, my Lord. But your Lordship's epilogue, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, has certainly brought tears to the eyes of those people who have become refugees in their own motherland, my Lord. We are thankful always for your Lordship's contribution for the judgment, my Lord. And your Lordship sitting in High Court, Perumal Murugan's judgment, that is even now, wherever he goes, he cites the judgment, my Lord. It's a landmark, even though from the High Court. And we will always miss you, my Lord. Wish you all the best in your retired life, my Lord.
Yes.
Your Lordships, if I could just thank you on behalf of every young member of the bar in the Supreme Court, where it can be extremely overwhelming to argue SLBs which get rejected in less than a minute. Your Lordships have always lent a patient ear and have always been encouraging at every step of the way. And that has instilled a lot of confidence across the young members of the bar. So for that, I'm extremely grateful and extremely thankful, Your Lordship.
We all and this temple of highest temple of justice will always miss Justice Kaul, and Justice Kaul's interpretation of understanding and interpretation is so much powerful. So I always attended when I got the leisure time. I always attended maximum hearings before the Lordship. All the best, Lordship, for your future. Lordship.
My lords, thank you so much for encouraging us to argue before your court and giving us the confidence to appear before the apex court, my lords. To have the opportunity and not be intimidated and create the safe space for young members to argue, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much.
With great respect, my lord, I appreciate your lords to recognize the first generation lawyers in your lordship judgment throughout life, my lord. I have been since 1984. High Court, I have been appearing before Lordship, and that is the best recognition for the first generation lawyer. Well, I am wholeheartedly pray your Lordship's very good health, pleasant and retired life, Lordship. Grateful, Lordship.
Before I hand over the mic to Justice Kaul, may I only say that I share in the sentiments which have been expressed by the bar about not just Justice Kaul as the judge adjudicating upon cases, but the judge in charge of a court, hearing people with patience, having the urge to do justice, the desire to grant relief, the aspiration and the commitment to the cause of justice. To share with the bar very briefly, and I'll be speaking on this in the evening, Justice Kaul and I go back to the mid-70s. We were college students together, and I think it's a matter of great honor for me that we shared this very dais together with each other. Whether it was in Puttaswamy, whether it was in the marriage equality case, recently in the Article 370 case, the arbitration judgment which we delivered just a few days ago on whether an unstamped agreement can be the subject of a defense under Section 11. We go back a long way, and we've stood together in trying times, in happy times. And I think Justice Kaul's friendship with me has been a source of enormous strength for me. Apart from that, I must share with you that when I had occasion to sit in judgment over Justice Kaul the judge, I have the greatest good fortune of having affirmed his decision to grant gender equality to members of the armed forces, the women in the armed forces, which eventually culminated in the judgment of our court delivered by me. Justice Kaul, you've seen the tremendous response from the bar on this, your last working day as a judge of the Supreme Court, in the Supreme Court on the dais, whether it's seniors, juniors, people practicing regularly before the Supreme Court, lawyers from outside Delhi who have come here to join you this morning. That just speaks about the wide appreciation, respect which you command from not just the bar, from our society. And I'm sure that in your new avatar, if I may say that, you will have plenty and plenty more to contribute to our society, because that, as I see in the morning today, is the expectation from you for the future. Sanjay, may I request you to say a few words?
Thank you, Chief Justice.
brother judges, members of the bar. See, first, let me begin on a lighter note because I always believe court atmosphere should be kept light. So I've never permitted anybody to disrupt my court, including my grandchildren. I've held court in difficult situations, in different courts, but I felt that this is an institution and temple of justice which must remain open. That's something very close to my heart. Fortunately, Supreme Court doesn't carry that problem, but it permeates, and I think the legal fraternity of the Supreme Court owes it to the other courts and the guidance to make sure that courts function, because that's the expectation with which the litigant comes to the court. As a lawyer, I felt that wherever somewhat an adjournment culture was prevalent, it's a problem. I've always believed that the case must be taken up on the day it is listed. So at times the bar has been cooperative in letting me list the matter a little later, so long as I'm willing to take it up. And that's the confidence, I think, between the bar and the bench. It must grow. I will, of course, speak in greater length in the evening. But when I became a judge, one of the judges told me that remember that in India, the litigant comes to the court as a last resort after he's been through the various processes and he finds that there are no solutions. If he owes 50, give him 55, don't give him 45, because with great difficulty he comes to this court. That's something I've kept dear to my heart. I do not believe that we are the fund collectors for the government. Stakes are not important. What is important is what the principle of law it carries. And this court has administered justice as it is expected without fear of favor. I had the fortune of being in court too, first as a second judge with Justice Charameshwar for more than 6 months, and then presiding over that court for 14 months with a very inspirational portrait in front of me. It is my belief that a boldness of a judge is a very important factor. If with the constitutional protections which we have, we are not able to exhibit this, we cannot expect other parts of administration to do so. The bar and the bench are, they work together. The Indian freedom movement was worked with many members of the bar. And therefore, the bar owes a duty to see that the independence of the judiciary and independence in various forms in the countries are protected, and they stand up for it. Ultimately, there's no method by which the judiciary can stand up for itself. And I think it is the duty of the bar to support, yet correct the judiciary. It is often said the bar is the judge of judges. I fully appreciate that. At this stage, couldn't have asked for more. Sometimes I'm wondering whether everybody is talking about me or not in terms of the what they say. But all I can say at this stage is that I am going out as a satisfied man. I have many other bucket list of things to do. Law certainly not being one of them only. And it is those bucket lists which I want to complete, fulfill. Of course, one of them is to spend time with my grandchildren. My children always cribbed about it. I hope the grandchildren will not. And law, in a sense, will only be, I feel, a smaller part of what I do after I limit office. But I go with a full sense of satisfaction. I've tried to do my best, or whatever I could. Sometimes it may be the best, sometimes it may not be. But the whole society works in a system where people must have tolerance for each other's opinion. I think that's the greatest message I would like to give. We are at a time in the world where the tolerance levels have gone very low internationally, nothing to do with our country specifically. It's time the human species learns to live with each other and live with other species of this world, to be able to adjust to it, so that the world remains a large place, doesn't become a small place. Thank you for all the benefits you've conferred on me and the confidence you have reposed on me and the good words you've spread about. Thank you so much.
Should not be last say live with the youngest member of the bar.
Sweet.